Before we get the video started, can I just talk about SWC for a minute? Because what was all of that esports that they claim it to be? First off, Lest was robbed. That Miho 3v1 situation.
Exactly what needs to happen here. We need to miss a crit on top of this Miho.
Very tough here. It's going to depend on what build that Belajul is. If that Belajul is on a crit rate CD type build, he might not be able to take out this Miho here. I mean, this Miho is hanging on by the skin of his teeth. I think we're going to see a Miho take this game down.
I think we are going to see a Miho take this game down. Miho finishes off that Masha there, and we can see more damage coming towards this Miho's way. Massive damage coming from this Miho as well. Here comes a big skill one. Still standing tall. He needs to land the stop with the punishment. Doesn't even land the dot there. And there you have it. The Miho able to hold on.
That was some BS. I think we could all agree that that was some BS. Can we please do something about this Miho now? Because I know Miho has counters, but there still shouldn't be in an esports SWC final that is a legitimate sport. Miho should not be 3v1ing the former champion. That should not be a thing that happens. That's disgusting. You should be, Comptos, you should be ashamed of yourselves for calling it an esport if that's the way that this game is going to play out. Which we've already known that this is not an esport for a long time. Anyone that's watching this already knows. A few people may still be in denial, but most people watching this are like, yeah, we know. Everyone knows it's not an esport. It's just they're lying to themselves at this point. Come to us. Anyway, that's the first thing that I want to point out. Lest could have won that whole thing. We could have seen a whole different RNG in general. We could have seen a whole different tournament play out. There were a few misplays. There were a few people that lost the batches for themselves.
This Verdi heal coming out looking to pummel the damage into this Hathor. Gaia with honestly a very big mistake at this point, because we shouldn't even be looking at a Light Monkey King right now. And this Light Monkey King is punishing him. Lots of stuns, so much RNG, all the additional turns. Round 3 is going to miss the chunk.
One thing, why was no one playing Barbara right? Like, every time I saw someone pick a Barbara, like, there were so many Barbara misplays.
And actually huge misses on both of those middle two units there. Basically means that JMac will be stunned by this Shan here. So that's pretty big miss there. And that's exactly what we see. We see that stun coming out from the Shan and speed buffs, which is also massive in terms of turnover.
Onto that beta, it does land as well. He's going to be detonating that bomb off. Ooh, dealing massive damage to Billy's team. Prime River with that second skill. Is that going to be enough to finish off the Light Monkey King? Not yet, but you get the additional turn as well. Can he drop this? Light Monkey King still holding on.
I don't know why he decided to use skill 1 over skill 3 there. Should have used skill 3 on the Light Monkey to take it out of the picture. Definitely a very greedy play and being punished for it here. Your opponent already has RNG on his side and you decide to let him off the hook here. There is no way Gaia can come back from making that mistake. Had the chance to take out the Light Monkey, but did not take it.
There were so many, like they could have just, they used the wrong skills. Like, what was going on with that situation? And I feel like even fighter level players saw that and was like, are they throwing? Like, what's the situation here? Why are people playing Barbara wrong? The casters didn't really comment too much on, like, that was definitely the wrong. I think Make It Above maybe mentioned it like once or something like that, but like they definitely didn't really touch on the fact that why is people not playing Barbara. One person was getting greedy, trying to Barbara skill 1 when he should have Barbara skill 3 for the guaranteed kill. Why are you trying to be greedy in like this is a tournament for $100,000? Why being silly? Like, I don't know that. And then, I mean, there was Barbara misplays. I was not the only one that noticed those Barbara misplays. Another thing I got a kick out of was Make It a Bud, just like, Comtuous is paying him to cast the tournament, and he's just calling them out on it not being a legitimate esport.
But of course, RNG has been a large factor of this whole tournament. I mean, we saw lots of resists, tons of resists, and even more resists. And we saw lots of violent procs. Pretty huge here. I can count 3 points in which Mr. Chung got super lucky there. Vigor first, resisting a strip from Savannah. Then you have a proc from the Light Monkey, and then you have a proc from the Belajul. If any of those don't happen, particularly the first 2, Gaia wins instantly. Gaia's draft clearly superior, Barbara moving in front, and then a fall team, very consistent way to win. But I mean, Mr. Chung has just been blessed by this game here. RNG on his side, It's just unstoppable when he has that much going for him. It's like you can't land anything on him, and he's going to proc every time. Mr. Chung has this one, but so much RNG going his way, and of course, that's how you win at SWC.
Which I enjoyed that. I really did. So kudos to him for that. There was a lot of RNG. I mean, it's always a lot of RNG. Some people lost the matches for themselves, which I can't really, like, I saw some misplays and I was like, yeah, you definitely lost that for yourself. I can't call that RNG. It was not completely dictated by RNG. People misplayed, and then that's I think one of the reasons that they lost. There was some Light Monkey RNG though. There was some definite Light Monkey RNG. There was some Velidual RNG. There was some definite Light Monkey and Velidual RNG, which helped to seal the deal.
And Gaia is going to be able to actually potentially take the lead here. Does not get the strip, which is absolutely huge, but he has a Hathor following up. So if he can strip that Vigor here, he's going to be able to sleep the team and pretty much take this one home.
Yeah, let's see if he gets that strip on top of this Vigor. He really needs it. Does not get the strip, but he does get the additional turn.
But again, RNG in the side of Mr. Chung. Mr. Chung should have lost that Vigor there. Should have been stripped, but was not stripped, and that's massive in this matchup.
Not just yet, but I think Barber's going to be doing the trick.
Wow, and that Velidual proc is massive because now there's going to be a Light Monkey doing AoE with a Vertihile supporting this and slow debuffs on the other team. So I think Mr. Chung with the RNG again might be able to steal this one away. So many additional turns from Mr. Chung getting that double poke into the Savannah to kill it here. And also that Lauren and Barbara not proccing at all, so super unlucky. And again, that Light Monkey going off here. But again, RNG just always on the side of Mr. Chung. He is the king of RNG. Had his Vigor been stripped earlier, this would be a totally different game. Gaia finally getting some RNG with double procs. But wow, what a proc from that Light Monkey.
Light Monkey King coming in, putting everybody to sleep here from that Violent proc. Definitely a great proc. Here comes that third skill with Vigor, not landing that defense break. But the Velidual is going to be getting an additional turn here. He cleansing up and boosting up his team.
I mean, back-to-back procs from the Light Monkey into the Velidual. I'm not sure what Gaia can do here in the face of so much RNG. It's almost like the result has already been determined. I mean, that's just so much RNG from these two. Gaia looked to be in a commanding spot, being able to take out that Vigor, but unfortunately, RNG just said no.
This is just, it's okay. Here's the thing. This is just watching the lottery. This is, I mean, I think I've even said that in the Lost Centuria video because I couldn't help myself. It's just like watching the lottery. It's like who gets lucky and wins the magic, gets the magical numbers. Like it's watching this whole game because summons are like watching people do scratch offs, right? Yeah, Bagley, you do the summons. Yeah, I know. It's basically like watching me do scratch-offs. It's the same thing. And then it's like watching Powerball, watching SWC Championships. It's like just watching Power. It's not a sport. I would be interested to see if like some actual esports association like takes legal action against Com2uS or other mobile. Now, I'm not saying just Com2uS. I'm not saying just Summoners War, but like mobile gamers that start to call their games esports because real esports are trying so hard to be seen as a legitimate electronic sport that requires skill and requires training and requires strategic thinking. And then you have mobile game sports, esports, which come in and they're like, yeah, we're esports too. And like that just like completely craps on everyone that's actually trying to be an actual like legitimate esport like Counter-Strike and Overwatch and things like that actually requires skill to like be actually taken seriously. So I feel like that's just like, that's setting the industry back. That's setting like the esports community back is when any mobile, not just Com2uS, not just Summoners War, any mobile game calls himself an esport when it's very clearly not an esport and it's just luck and spending money. I mean, there is some skill involved, don't get me wrong. Like the people that were in the tournament, like they do know how to play, but things are determined more often than not based on like, as long as you can play a decent level, then it's all kind of just RNG and runes at that point. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I actually had like 20-30 more minutes worth of stuff planned for the video, but it's already been 10 minutes of me talking and putting clips in here. And I'm like, let's just post the rest of it tomorrow instead of making everyone watch a 45-minute video on this where it's like actually two different things. Let's post two different videos instead. So anyway, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys I already know what you guys think because I actually read the comments a lot of times. I know a lot of you, some of you disagree with me, but a lot of you are also on the same thing. You're like, violent procs are not a sport. It really, RNG is not a sport. It's, again, it's like watching the lotto. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys having a good weekend. I mean, it was still enjoyable to watch. I just wish it played out differently and it was more about like who has the most skill, because they're all skilled competitors. But I really wish it was more dictated from skill than RNG. But I think we all think the same way. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem if they called it a competition instead of a sport. The whole sport word rubs me the wrong way. I think that's one of the biggest things is like, it's a competition, there's a lot of RNG, like at least just be honest about it, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's it for this one. I've already ranted way too long, way longer than I intended to. Have a good weekend. I will see you guys always in the next one.